Have you ever felt completely stuck? Like everything around you was lifeless and hopeless? Imagine walking through a valley filled with dry bones, silent, scattered, and long forgotten. Then suddenly something amazing happens. The bones start moving, rattling, coming back to life. Sounds like something out of a movie, right? But this is a real story from the Bible, one of the most powerful visions God ever gave a prophet. Today we're stepping into the story of Ezekiel and the Valley of Dry Bones. Get ready, because this one will blow your mind. A long time ago, there was a prophet named Ezekiel. He was a man chosen by God to deliver messages to the people of Israel. But during this time, Israel was in a dark place. They had been taken away from their homeland, scattered among foreign nations, and had lost all hope. They felt like God had forgotten them. Their dreams were shattered. Their future seemed impossible. One day, as Ezekiel was praying, something incredible happened. God's Spirit took hold of him and brought him to a vast valley. But this was no ordinary valley. It was filled with bones. Dry, lifeless bones covering the ground as far as the eye could see. Ezekiel looked around. It was silent, still. These bones had been here for a long time, completely dead, with no chance of life. Then God spoke. "Son of man, can these bones live?" Ezekiel didn't know what to say. The bones were, well, just bones. How could they come back to life? But he also knew that God had power beyond human understanding. So he answered wisely, "Lord God, only you know." Then God gave Ezekiel a command that sounded impossible. "Speak to these bones. Tell them to hear my words." Speak to bones? That must have sounded strange. But Ezekiel obeyed. He stood in the valley and spoke. "Dry bones, listen to the word of the Lord. God says he will bring breath into you, cover you with muscles and skin, and you will live again." And then it happened. A noise filled the valley. Rattle. The bones started moving. Click, clack. They came together, forming skeletons right before Ezekiel's eyes. Then muscles and flesh appeared on them. Skin covered their bodies. Now they looked like people again. But there was still one problem. They weren't breathing. They were still lifeless, silent, unmoving bodies. Then God spoke again. "Ezekiel, call to the wind. Tell it to breathe life into them." Ezekiel lifted his hands and spoke, "Come, breath of God, fill these bodies with life." And suddenly, a mighty wind rushed through the valley. The breath of God entered the bodies. Eyes opened. Chests rose and fell. One by one they stood up. No longer dead bones, no longer lifeless bodies, but strong, living people. An army, mighty and powerful, stood before Ezekiel. Then God spoke again, explaining the vision. "Ezekiel, these bones represent my people. They feel dead inside. They say, 'We have lost all hope. We are finished,' but I will bring them back to life. I will bring them home. I will restore them, and they will know that I am the Lord." Ezekiel realized this wasn't just about bones, it was about hope. God's people thought they were lost forever, but God was telling them, "I'm not done with you yet." So have you ever felt like those dry bones? Tired, empty, like nothing in your life is working and there's no way forward. Maybe you feel stuck in a situation that seems impossible to fix. Maybe you've lost hope. But here's the good news: God can bring dead things back to life. No matter how broken you feel, no matter how lost you think you are, God can restore you. He can breathe new life into your heart, your dreams, and your future. If he can make dry bones live again, imagine what he can do for you. If this story encouraged you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who needs hope today. And if you want more amazing Bible stories, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a video.